safe. And
Yeah. I mean, the world kind of ignored it when big things were happening before and just kind of let people die, but this was 30 or 40 years ago.
yeah, but the world
Hopefully
has
it's a better
basically always sucked, so...
well, hopefully it's a better place is what I'm going for with that it's going to stop ignoring those things and try to take care
This
of
guy's
those
played
situations.
12,000 games.
It's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games.
That's devotion. Alright, so for those who are watching, I'm watching Qevehn. Who'd you pick?
BeastMaster.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. This one,
What do you mean, uh-oh?
Uh-oh, right?
There's no escaping
I
me.
don't think I've seen you win a
Let me
game with
show you something.
BeastMaster in a while.
Are you kidding me? It just said 3 wins in a row as BeastMaster.
I know. I have not seen you physically win them.
Alright, so you wait till 55 seconds and you throw your bird out and you spawn your boar because they last for 60 seconds.
That's no
Oh. Well,
That way, in the rune fight, you have 2 boars for some time. And you hit them with the boar before
covering
you.
up my options here because I got my camera deceleration on. Alright. Then I'm bringing up the chats. I'm just not as prepped as usual. I'm gamed out.
30 seconds.
So I did play Queen of Pain support to win out for the day. That always feels good. Split. Why are you choppy?
What does this guy do?
What's your ping, Qevehn?
15.
Okay.
The battle begins.
Character on my screen is a little twitchy doodad. Don't know why he's a little bit twitchy. I'm not suffering any real lag on my side.
The Spirit Breaker has got something going on.
First blood.
Send the eagle to block the camp. Spawn your boar soon so you can have 2.
Your controlled eagle
The
can
eagle
block camps.
blocks camps?
Yep.
That's not fair. I didn't know it did that shit.
That's so cool.
It's dirty.
Can other people's spawns block camps like can Visage's birds block camp?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that.
But he's the difference between Visage and him is Visage kind of needs the birds or would like the birds to be farming constantly, so it would be a waste. Where this is just like a bonus.
Right, birds are just scouting entirely.
So he just gets sight from that area and it doubles up as super annoying, I guess, to play against if you're support.
What about like Chen, where they just kind of recruit stuff? Do those also block camps?
Yes, you can block camps with those, but you don't necessarily want to with Chen. Well, I guess you could. You usually want to creeps the spawn so you can take them. So it would be counterintuitive in most cases. Because you're always wanting a certain creep. But I guess if you get enough creeps and you're in charge of the map and you're just wanting to F with like an ALK, you can just block all the camps. That would be pretty cool. I just played with the BeastMaster a little bit ago and I bought a headdress and he bought a headdress. It felt really bad. I was like, I shouldn't have done that because he wants to build that.
Do you only buy headdress if you're building it something, or do you just get it no matter what? Because I see like tons of support just buying it for the sake of buying it.
It's questionable. I think it's probably shitty for experienced people, but probably good. It just depends how aggressive you are in your lane. If you're going to be aggressive, you get a lot more mana or a lot more health off of just a tango for the cost. You can buy like 3 sets of tangos for just a hair bit more expensive than the headdress, and you get a lot more health out of it. But yeah, I would say if you're building into something, that's definitely where you work out. Or if your lane's passive and you're doing a lot of pulling and stuff, it's probably good. Qevehn, how do you feel about these headdresses on these supports?
They're good.
You think they're good? 2.5? I've had a lot of immortal people tell me it's a really bad idea in most cases, and they just like,
Used to
do
be
the
bad.
math.
That's good now.
Is that so? The 0.5 and the little bit cheaper makes it worth.
It's still worth 3 stats. Isn't a huge deal. It's kind of sucks, but it's not end of the world.
Well, they made it cheaper. You weren't. So you would say you'd recommend doing it. I'd say in a tri lane it would work out, but I'm gonna have to do a video on it because I'm gonna have to like do a test with and without cost.
You're saying that like it's good if you're like pulling a lot, but like what if you're in a lane where I don't know, you just have to always be there because they're just like really aggressive, then is it not worth it?
No, there's still a value on it. See, the problem gets into places. The tangos, like what you buy first. If you buy a bunch of tangos, it's 7 health each. What is it? Is the tango? Yeah, it's 7 health a second to you, and the headdress is only 2.5. So if you're actually exchanging in conflict, or you need healing to be faster, the tangos have a much better value. But they also run out. You know, I guess 16 seconds is pretty long, but it doesn't feel like it's that long when you eat tangos, so you can eat them pretty fast.
Yeah.
If your carry's basically afraid to attack and be aggressive, it's probably better to headdress.
That
Because,
happens a lot at my level where
Yeah.
like I'm still kind of new and like everyone's, I don't know, I see a lot of carries that are like just too afraid to even do anything, so I'm like looking for items that would help that.
yeah,
I just want to point out the thing that I did, which is
Yep.
I got slept and Murano was there, so I put my creep in front of the arrow. So when it gets stunned and die.
The boar. Yeah, or you can wake yourself up with the boar.
Yep. It's better to block it though.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I just hate passive carries. That's the only thing in this game that makes me really mad. Like they're not getting farm or they're not hurting heroes. It feels so bad when you're a support. You're just watching yourself lose the game slowly because they're not trying to compete
This'll come in handy.
in the basic function.
Right? And they're too scared to like hate and help other people, so you're just like, what's
It-
even happening?
Yeah, well, they're just kind of useless. Uh-oh. It didn't work that time.
Oh, the board is dead, but it's fine.
So you're against tri-lane.
Well, it was supposed to be 2v2, and then Spirit Breaker's just fucking crazy.
Is he getting... Is he working the map? No, he's not working the map.
This is a question I've had for a while, but like, how do you usually lane against people who have like all these spawns, like Phantom Lancer or like Naga Siren, like who just have tons of people coming in?
Nagas?
Do your best.
Do you have to get different items, or do you just like
Like,
grit your teeth?
give us a hero who you're laning against and who you're playing. That would help us kind of direct
Right.
you.
Alright, like I go against Phantom Lancer a lot of the times.
Uh-huh. And
Like,
who you
like
usually
sometimes
play?
I'm like Razor or Viper or something like that, and it seems like alright, but not like great.
I would think with both those heroes you could probably do okay until he gets his 6. You know what I mean? Is that what you're talking about after 6? When he starts making all those illusions?
Yeah, I'm basically talking about like near the end when it's just like becoming overwhelming, and then like how they come to other lanes and like kill stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm like a support, I notice that like they come to other lanes and kill stuff, which is annoying. But when I'm by myself, like it's fun for the first few levels, but then it's like super annoying. Like how do you do that?
You have to do you have to do setups and teamwork to overcome those things is the problem. So, but you're playing a Razor support or a Viper support?
No, like those I'm core, but I'm just saying when I do play support, it's still the same thing. They're super
Yeah.
annoying. And like right
If-
now,
Uh-huh.
Naga's like
Naga sucks.
all over.
Yeah, Naga.
like
Early on, all you have to do
against
is just
that.
find the right one. It doesn't matter.
I mean, she does so much damage, she pretty much can melt you as a support. So you want to build whatever you level differently. So your CM or Lion, well, probably either of those heroes. Usually it's good to max your AoE. And barely put anything, you know, if you're Lion, barely put anything in your mana. Suck off. Because your Earth Spike will be just very effective at... She makes all those illusions, you just spike them all. And as soon as it's on cooldown again, you spike them all again. So she gets no value out of them, or as little as she can. And then you, hopefully you find the right one and you suck her off so she can't keep making things or do things she wants to do. Well, that was convenient.
Prey falls.
Why was she so low? Qevehn. I don't hear you. It's my side. It's not you. I don't hear either of you. I'm coming right back. I've been having this issue. I've been having this issue recently.
Yeah,
just
it's
the
been happening
Discord
to us too.
I don't. I guess it's a
Discord.
recent update. Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened like every time we've
Anytime you
Discord.
switch tabs,
yeah.
it's like
Well. That's bad. Yeah. So sorry about that. So yeah, you just try to level what you can as your best, and always harass too if you're support. If you can't hit the other support, you hit the one that's easy, and there's nothing wrong with you standing behind your carry and trying to and make sure you try not to aggro the lane as much as possible, and just right click the Naga so she's just uncomfortable at all points in time. Unless you're an ogre, and then you know, your form of right click is a little...
Your
You
middle
gotta be in
tower
her face,
under
which is
attack.
dangerous.
so I'm gonna try and turn on him right here.
I think it's... Oh no, they set you up. They were ready.
I think, yep, he's dead. Maybe I could bait a kill here. Oh no.
Is there any way to tell who you're supposed to go up against when they like disappear and then come back as many? Like, is there any tell at all, or is it just you have to get?
You do
For
a
Naga,
nuke?
you hit them and you see how much damage they take, basically.
Right.
So I knew it was that one because they took less damage.
Right. It's kind of like when they have like the illusion rune or whatever. So like it goes down way like, but like for that it seems like it's such a tiny amount of a difference. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, earlier
So I'm
on
just
it's
wondering if there's more
easier to
different-
tell. It's
Okay.
just, and there's usually ways to tell based on how people move from his
Your
experience.
middle tower is under attack.
Usually they'll put their illusions up front, and then they'll try to play in a safer spot until they get better at the hero, and then they'll fake you out.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Usually the PL, the main PL, will not usually be
Your
in the
middle
middle
tower is
of
under
the fight.
attack.
Kill's the worst.
Yeah.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But you find the right
middle
PL. The
tower is
right
under
PL is
attack.
pretty easy to go down with as a support, because then you just start controlling it, and PL's in a bad spot.
Your middle tower has been denied.
I find the weirdest thing that so many people are still scared of Slark, and I still think Slark's like the easiest hero to win against in most cases.
So I think it's that one. It's that one.
See how that
It's always the one
person's
that's,
making
like,
that one run away
way-
the
yeah.
farthest.
Mhm.
That's only when they think they're in danger. Like, if they don't think they're in danger, they'll probably be up in front.
Well, there's two options. There's, you know, select summon units and don't select summon units. So
Yeah,
depending
that's
on
one
which.
too.
So, well, no, an option to auto select summon units, right?
Oh. Do people turn that on? I never turned that on.
I have it on because it makes it easier to fake out.
use that with PL. Doesn't that hurt your last hitting?
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
No.
Does PL's illusions count as a unit created?
What do you mean?
Like auto select summon units? That's not really a summon unit.
It is a summon unit.
Okay, it is.
Was well done.
Better PL players will they'll give hotkeys for their normal. You know how he goes into 3 people all the time when he dodges something.
Right.
They'll have shortcut keys for all of them, and they'll like move them differently. He'll hit each key and move them oddly differently, so it makes it really hard to find out. But I don't think you'll see that for another 1,000 MMR or so. Then you'll start running across some of those.
How do you like do that? Like, I know that you just control the hotkeys and stuff, and like that's whatever. But like, how do you know what you're doing on like each screen or whatever? You just
Visibility.
send people off and just
Yeah, she's talking to you.
like, do you just send people off? So it's like, oh, you're doing this. Like, pressing the hotkey.
So I have my hotkeys are really simple. It's just myself, all my other units, and all units.
Do you, when
Do
you
you have to,
control your
like-
other... Yeah, sorry. You first.
Right. So when I went to do the Centaur stun there, I just select all my other units and I just tabbed through until I got the Centaur.
Alright. Do you have to tap like where you want them to go, or is there another key to tell them what to do when they get there? Like, is it just you're moving them, or is there a key?
Well, if you have like a target ability, it'll go up to them and then do it.
Okay.
But check.
Do you actually hit Control or Shift Tab to, and which one goes forward and which one goes backward, or is there a reverse to it when you tab? You miss the character and
If
you
I
get too
miss
far?
it, I either right. So I'm looking at the bottom left corner with
Yeah.
all the portraits, so I know how many clicks to do.
Yeah. Okay. So you just count over, and that's how much times you hit the tab.
Right. And then I also watch the ability bar to see which ability comes up.
Your top tower is under attack.
So you can spam through it, and then you see the ability you want, and then as soon as you find that, you hit that ability to the area you want.
Right. So I have to move them. You can either click on them and then move them individually, or you can just move them all together. It just depends on what you're doing.
So you guys will miss the power.
That's good. That.
You can also, when you select your other units and you right-click the other guy that they're attacking, you don't really have to manage as much as you think, because they're just going to keep attacking that one person, so you can control your primary hero and...
Right. Everything else is just set to attack, and I'm only controlling the extra one with their abilities.
Alright. What's the best thing to do in situations like where Mars has you just trapped, or like you're confined into an area? Like, Disruptor has that kind of, and like Mars does that. Like, what do you do when you just...
Man up.
Yeah, fight. In most cases, trying to run
Like,
makes it
that's
worse.
it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Even if you die,
Your
and
bottom
if
tower
they,
is under
if you do
attack.
a decent exchange, you know, you're gonna make them low health, low mana, so they have to at least be cautious, or somebody can follow up and get the kill.
Okay.
You also have the option of BKB in both those scenarios. If you actually have a BKB, you can just walk out of both those spells.
This might be like a really, really simple question, but for BKB, do you have to like Like you activate it and then it works against anything that happens after it, or like can you use it while something's happening? Still work.
It's
Depends.
a little both.
Usually you have to do it beforehand.
Okay.
You can use it to remove a silence and a slow, but if you're stunned, you're basically muted while you're stunned. You're silenced and
Radiant's courier has been
and
killed.
muted, I guess is the right words. That's always confusing. Silence and mute. Mute means basically your items don't work. Silence means your spells, your buttons that you normally push don't work.
The enemy's middle
So when you're
tower
stunned,
has
both of
fallen.
those go off, so you can't push BKB, and they can kind of chain on you.
Peace be with you.
Good AM players or people who are good at with spell blocks are really good at pushing their BKBs at the right time, because they're used to dodging or reflecting spells. So they push that button when the spells.
We play
come
right
in.
now.
The enemy's bottom tower
Say
has
what?
fallen.
Oh, you're telling them. How's this game going so well for you guys so quickly?
Well, I won top lane. I'm pretty
You
sure.
did against Tri-Lane, so I guess you spun them up. They should have crushed you. They have so
Right
much
now,
setup.
I'm just tabbing through my units to find the purge for this Bane.
So what's the purge do? It just
It's just regular purge. It slows him and purges dispel.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. The enemy's
say the
bottom
slow.
tower has fallen.
Most enemies and
The
slows
enemy's
them.
bottom
It's it doesn't say. So I think it's usual, which is 40%, 50%.
A lot. I really need to use that
The enemy's middle tower
purge
has
more
fallen.
often. The other guy doesn't have any actives, does he?
No.
The enemy's middle barracks has fallen. The enemy's middle barracks has fallen.
Fairbreaker, you gonna go Vlad's?
He's building urn, super urn.
Yeah. I just don't know if I should get Blink or not. Probably, right?
Yeah, to set up with your roar or to, I mean, you can always leave, dodge whatever Mars's shit if you're aware of what's about to happen. I guess. Yeah, it kind of sucks.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
They just had so much setup. I guess you can remove most of that setup yourself, but it still feels like if they were tri-laning against you, they should have been able to do it. Stuck in the wall, or not in the wall. That is.
Dire structures are fortified.
So does your attack inner beast give attack speed to all allies?
Yep. Even melee units, creeps.
So those skeletons are hit a lot faster because of you. That's pretty
The
awesome.
enemy's top barracks has fallen. The enemy's top barracks has fallen. We now have mega creeps.
It's been
The
dialogue.
enemy's middle tower has fallen. The enemy's middle tower
cool.
has fallen.
Alright, Qevehn, start talking us through the normal stuff.
Radiant
Think you could have done anything better in your lane?
I think I played that pretty much as good as you can. When did I die? I died mid lane when we were under the tower, but I guess we stayed there too long for that. And then
Any regrets with items or skill builds?
No, I always go Helm of the Dominator into Necro 3.
All right.
Yeah, the choices after that is either Blink, BKB, or Vlad's.
Cool. Well, thanks, man. It was a good
Mhm.
game. You wrecked it.
Yep.
Thank you, Lilith. If you guys want to do another or play a game, I'm down, but that's up to you two.